Dude, let's give me a Crown Royal die cut Dan Marino.
Grady Dick.
They just like to rip and see what we get.
Halliburton fan.
I'm like that.
He's like, yes, thank you.
Nice and centered.
Michael Jordan rookie.
I'm all about the dollar bin.
Buy volume.
Show me what you got.
How's your Colts doing?
We're degenerates and we like
Chris Stapps. Oh, let's go. What time is it? Millertime. Yeah, welcome to episode 2, guys. Millertime Collectibles podcast. I'm Brad Rosendahl. This is Travis Moore.
How's it going? Are you flowing?
Yeah, we're flowing, man. And you know what? We felt compelled. We got to talk a little bit about our story and how we got into collecting. And I'm not just talking like Miller time. I'm not talking recent years. I'm talking like when we started going to the card shops when we were little, right? Getting on our bikes, right? And that's how I remember it. Me and my buddy Brian Miller, shout out Hayabusa, follows me on Instagram. Brian and I used to ride our bikes all the way up to the local card shop. And you know what? The card shop was a part of a pharmacy. So it was kind of a dime store vibe to it.
Yep.
But we always went up there, and selfishly, we both liked Michael Jordan, and still to this day. So it was always a Saturday thing, right? And so we would always go. We would all go check out the case. What has he got in the case? What new products are out there? And then, of course, we always made our way over to the comics, right? So it was kind of like almost like a folder set, and you just go through and you just find various comics. By the way, I still have a Michael Jordan comic that I picked up from that store when I was younger.
Nice.
I need to get that thing in a shadow box. But that's how I remember it. It was just, and we had a long ride. It was 3.5 miles into town. Shout out Shipshawana and B Sports. Brad Beeman puts on a great show in Shipshawana. He's got a hell of a following. But that's how I remember it. It was always this Saturday build up, and we would all, mainly just him and I, ride our bikes all the way into town, and we would hit up the shop, check the cases out, and it was always about, you got to buy a pack, you got to rip. Mm-hmm. But it was just, it's like Christmas on Saturday.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, no, very similar. Got into it when I was a kid. And, what's interesting is I only collected really basketball. I didn't really collect football, and I didn't collect baseball, which a lot of people started collecting baseball. It was,
I was speaking of baseball.
Yeah, with cards, it was like cards. It was like baseball cards, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
I was never big into, I played, Little League and coach pitch and all that stuff. I never really watched baseball on TV.
Right.
So I wasn't really into baseball, but I was super into basketball. And obviously it was the 80s and 90s when I grew up. So Jordan was king, and so I was a huge Jordan guy, just like everybody.
Yeah.
But
who did you go to the shop with?
My brother, I would say.
Tyler.
Yeah. I think and then a few friends. Brent Summers was one. We would go to the shops together.
Oh yeah.
But
that's cool.
But yeah, and I was looking for, was buying mainly basketball. And I remember, one specific card that I got, and it was actually, I think it was in the Fort Wayne Mall, and they had this like,
what is the Fort Wayne Mall?
I forget what it was called.
Glenbrook?
Yeah, Glenbrook.
Yeah.
It's a Glenbrook Mall, and they had this like coin store and like cards.
Okay. Yeah.
And I opened this pack, and I got this amazing Jordan. It was this black and white Jordan, but Jordan's in color, and that was like the holy grail.
You still have that card?
I still have. I have it right here, of course.
Oh, you dog.
Yeah.
You.
So it's not really worth anything, but it is to me.
Oh yeah,
and I have it in the old school case that I always had it in.
Wow, with the screws on.
Yeah, so this is now on.
Put the screws on it.
Put the screw on it.
Yeah,
this is now in Cooper's room on his shelf with all his cool stuff.
I like that.
I'm not ever selling it, but it is one of my favorites. But This right here was what kind of got me into collecting and keep collecting. I did trade it one time, and I was so pissed off that I did that, and I got it back eventually. Now it definitely wouldn't grade. It's been through
So much so that you had to put screws on it.
I put screws on it, which
You got the old school
which
case. I love that.
They would say that it's not good for it, but
Yeah, but it was your first one, so it doesn't matter. I mean, you were talking a little bit about basketball, but I mean, obviously, I was a Jordan guy. Very early, couldn't help myself, and Brian and I were early degenerates. Like that's all that we wanted was Michael Jordan. I remember the hobby also, because I was a baseball card collector.
yeah.
And obviously, I was a Cubs fan, so you guys are going to notice a pattern a little bit with me. I
Chicago.
love Chicago through and through. Hey, I grew up in northern Indiana, right?
That actually makes sense. It does.
Okay, yeah.
I've never really given you that credit, but it totally does because you're really close to Chicago.
Yeah. We're a couple hours away, but like you know, that was everything on TV, right?
Okay.
And of course, the all important Sunday baseball game. That's how I remember it. That's when I fell in love with the Cubs because we used to go to my grandparents for dinner on Sundays,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes fried chicken, which was super solid. We might pick up some KFC.
That sounds really good. Actually.
Yeah, it does sound good. But honestly, we could never start dinner or lunch, whatever it was, until the baseball game was over.
I like it.
Right. So I used to go in there, spend a lot of time with my grandpa. The late great Richard Clark Rosendahl, right?
That's a name. I like that.
It's a freaking hell of a name.
Richard Clark. Did you call him Dick Clark?
Yeah. No.
Man, you should have.
No, he was super awesome. Taught me a lot about life. But you can't start the meal without finishing the baseball game, right? So I got to know all the players. Think about the players. Ryan Sandberg, I mean, that's an easy one to go grab and get back in the 80s. Ryan Sandberg's, Mark Grace, hell of a first baseman.
Yep.
Sean Dunston, shortstop. And you can't forget about the Hawk, right? Andre Dawson. Awesome player.
I remember some of those guys.
But I can't let this one go. But I was a catcher in baseball. And the first catcher that I knew of in a Cubs uniform was Joe Girardi. Yeah. Later to be a world champion, general manager of the New York Yankees.
I thought I knew that. I actually did.
So not general manager, just manager. Yeah. He's a general and a manager.
Yep.
So general manager. But Joe Girardi was like, I mean, I played that position, so he was huge for me. And I remember this day because I had this old catcher's mitt my grandpa gave me, and I had my dad sign Joe Girardi on the catcher's mitt. So I knew that I had Joe Girardi.
Was it an obscene auto or?
It was actually very well done. I didn't even know my dad could write cursive.
Nice.
All I know at this point is it was my dad's, but it could have been my mom's sign.
Right.
It totally could have.
You know, they don't even teach cursive anymore, and the kids don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Right.
Yeah, I can't like.
The only thing I can do is my name in cursive.
I write
to this point.
I write in big and small caps.
Yeah.
If anything, like unless I'm signing a check, of
like
course.
a kid.
Remember what I said? Unless I'm signing a check, of course.
No.
Then I got to make it look like a doctor.
For sure.
Because only doctors sign checks. But yeah, I mean, Chicago Cubs. I mean, doesn't get any better than that for me.
Yeah.
Sitting on Grandpa's lap and then finishing off a Cubs game with some fried chicken.
I like that. The only thing I got to add to it just, talking about the childhood story of collecting. So my mom had a nail salon. It was in the same kind of complex as this card shop called KPK.
It's kind of a cool name.
Yeah, KPK. And it was a guy named Keith Fields. And shout out to Keith because
Keith Fields.
Keith to this day is in our shows. And he was at the Marion show. And honestly, it's what got me back into doing the hobby and the shows is like my friend Brent Summers was like, hey, you'll never guess who's at this card show I'm at. And he's like, Keith Fields that we used to go and bug him as kids. And I used to go to his shop, and then I would be his assistant, and I'd go run errands for him. I'd go get him lunch, or I'd go take his mail across the street. Seriously, yeah. And
hell of a gig.
He would he didn't pay me. He's just like, give me cards. That's all I wanted, right? Just like, hey, let me open a pack or something like that.
That's awesome.
And I remember one time I got
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I got like a relic or an auto, and he literally, I got it and then took it down like 2 doors and showed my mom, and then I went right back and he bought it off me. And like I think I got like $100 or something. And I was like, this is amazing.
I mean, if Keith is listening to this, I know that he's got a Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo that I really want.
Right.
Because I'm a sucker for some Bears. But I like that story.
I'm not sure
But
where
Keith's a solid
I'm not
dude.
sure I don't know if it's on his non-smartphone or, I'm not sure if he'll see it on socials.
We'll send it to him.
Yeah.
Full send.
Let's do it. He's an old school guy. But yeah, that's kind of a nice, like, kind of background to how we got into this.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than just like thinking about all the trips you make to the card shop.
My bourbon just making noise.
And as excited as we would get about a base Ryan Sandberg or a base, well, that is an insert, Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what made it great. And that's, honestly, that is truly what makes it great today because you see it.
For sure.
You totally see it in kids.
Yep.
Like, they will come up and they just, like, want anything shiny. Or, like, I like Kevin Durant, right? And I think I used Kevin Durant before, but it's like that was one that just hit me.
I mean, it's all Steph Curry, and
yeah.
I'm seeing it with Brock Purdy. I'm seeing
Yeah.
it with you see it with LeBron, but not as much as you would think you do. Because I don't feel like, I don't know, you either love or hate him. I feel like most of us that are Jordan people don't like him, but
Yeah, perfectly said. We're not fans.
yeah.
Although he's a great player.
He's a whiny player, though. All right, we're going to jump right into rips,
Reveals,
and deals.
Let's get it.
Okay, so we got some, 4 packs, hobby packs. Basketball, it's prime in season right now.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into ripping them. If you want,
I'm going to take it to Optic. Do you want to do the mosaic and we'll
Sure.
swip?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Ooh, this one feels nice and thick, I will say.
All right. Travis always liked to look at the back of the.
No, I'm going to try not
Back
to
of the
do
pack.
that. I'm not going to do that.
We're not breakers here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just keep it to it. I'm going to go here. Get through the base. Jordan Nora.
Yeah,
rated rookie.
That's 2020.
And James Wiseman, the rookies.
Yeah, so you need Halliburton out of that, or Ant-Man.
Yeah. Nora's a nice player, though.
He was Pacers.
Yep.
Okay, a LeBron, another LeBron, and a.
What do you got?
I mean, it's a base, and it's got a crap ton of dents on it. Oh my gosh! But it's a Halliburton. I'll take it.
Let me see.
Look at the dents on that boy.
Oh, that was solid.
Yeah. You want to put that one in the middle there? And a Derek White, which he's a good player. It's a fast break.
Derek White. Yeah. Serviceable for the Celtics.
Yep.
All right. We need a banger. Bang, bang. There's not a lot of cards in there.
Yeah, which I think I said hobby. I think Mosaic is hobby, but I think this Optic, I don't think this is hobby.
Retail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it's still fun to rip.
For sure.
Ooh. DiVincenzo. It is a base, and it is Milwaukee Bucks, but that dude's a really good player. I like DiVincenzo. Isaac Okoro, rookie.
Yeah.
Killian Hayes, NBA debut.
There you go.
And we got a Luka Doncic fast break.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Look at that. That's a beaut, Clark.
That's nice.
That is a nice looking card.
So I got a stinker of a pack. I got a Kevin Herter or Huter, whatever. Porter Jr., Tobias Harris.
Is that the Hawks?
And a Porzingis.
Kristaps.
He's on a different team now. And
I like that dude's name.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Sounds like a cracker.
Fun. Not a lot of value here, but fun.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm excited about the Luka.
All right, we're going to go into some reveals and PC pickups.
Yo, yeah.
And I'm going to go first this time.
Do it.
Again, you guys know I'm a Halliburton.
I know where you're going.
But
and I'm not mad about this card either.
Yeah.
I like that you have this one.
Yeah. So so I actually just got this yesterday. It's 3 out of 10. It is not his rookie year. It was right as he was traded, so this would be 2022. But it's still badass, and I'm very happy that I have it. So yeah, and it's
Let me see that bad boy again.
It's got an awesome patch on it.
Oh yeah,
right. It's nice and shiny.
What is that, like a checkerboard?
Yeah, it's
a
like
little bit?
it's a gold checker. Yeah,
it's gnarly, and I know you like to get them in the Pacers uni, but that Kings uni was pretty solid.
No, it was
too.
sick. It was sick.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
I'm gonna start a little soft right here. I told you I kind of dabble into the weird a little bit, a little more unique. This is a Chicago Bulls rookie booklet. Okay. You hear him laughing, but one of the most incredible things about this is the condition that it's in.
It's
now
condition,
these would get handed out at games, right? They can go right in somebody's pocket. They get sat on, et cetera, spilled beer. This thing is just incredible shape. And what better than to have Jordan dunking on somebody on a rookie booklet? The other low-key piece that I like about this is the cool beer advertising on the back.
Yep.
Bulls fans, this Bud's for you.
Nice.
Just kind of a unique piece that I picked up. Probably wouldn't grade it, but I like it because it's rare.
Yep, set that right there. All right. My next out of 10, Halliburton. This is the first on print out of 10. This is 1 out of 10.
Oh, I like that.
Shout out Ball Card Exchange. Andy, he hooked me up on this.
This is the one you just picked up, right?
I picked this up maybe a month or so ago.
Okay.
But he had it at the store.
It feels like yesterday.
Right, it does. I buy a lot.
Because you're there every day.
I am there all the time.
Well, once a week.
Yeah.
Right,
but, what is it? Spectra. It's gold.
Yeah.
Just super nasty.
Pacers uni. I love that one. And I got a couple here. I'm just going to show both of them at the same time.
Go
Because
ahead.
honestly, before the Jordan rookie pull, which obviously is the best card in my collection at this point, I picked a couple of these up. One from a show, and one from a dude I went to high school with. But these are the '88 Fleer. They're both PSA 8s. One's just the base, and then the other one is the All-Star. I literally thought up until last week that this was the closest that I was going to ever get to the Michael Jordan rookie. And I just absolutely love this card. I love both of these cards. But again, another iconic pose from Michael Jordan. I mean, just he's about ready to just yam somebody.
Yep.
And, let's just be honest. Jordan just wasn't all about jams, but he was really good at it. He's the GOAT, man. A couple PSA 8s of the '88 Fleer. Just love it.
Yeah, those are nasty.
I'm going to get these a little bit here.
Nasty. Let's go into some deals. Cool if we go into deals?
Yeah, you got some deals?
I got some deals. I'm all about the dollar bin. I got some deals.
I want
deals on deck.
you got to. We showed the Kobe on the last one. What else we got in there?
I mean, I got a few Kobe's. I got some other stuff here.
Hey, what about the other goat?
Oh, this goat?
Yeah, that
Okay,
goat.
yeah.
That goat.
So we talked about it on episode 1, where we're degenerates and we like dollar bins, and we go through auctions, online auctions. We found Shop Goodwill. When I was going through that same set that had the
Hey, let me put another shout out here for the dollar bin guys.
Oh yeah.
The Studebakers.
Studebakers.
Right.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
So nothing super high end, maybe a $10, $15 card, but it was it's in very good condition. And
Really
shout
Brady.
out the GOAT, Brady. Came out of that same set as the Aaron Rodgers.
Tops, yeah. Yep.
But
Really
super
nice
dope.
card. And I love the matte white. That's super sick.
Next we have a Curry, which is super dope. What is
Stephen
this?
Curry, it's like a little portrait.
Aficionado.
yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. Kind of a cool card, noir a little bit. vibe to it, black and white.
Yeah, 2016.
It reminds me of the portraits back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think that was at a Flair. Wasn't it?
Flair?
Flair. It was the showcase. Yeah. Oh, we got the Karl Malone of that.
Yeah.
But that is a nice little card. I mean, $5-6, but you can't go wrong with a Curry.
Yep.
An early Curry.
And for $1 or less.
Exactly, because we buy in volume.
Okay, the last one we'll do is another Kobe. Shout out another one of the GOATs.
Mamba. Black Mamba forever.
Dollar bin. Every time I see Kobe's in the dollar bin, I buy them. The resale is great. We always have people looking for Kobe's. Yes, these are lower end Kobe's, but they still do well on the table. Maybe a $10 to $20 card here.
Yeah.
But again, out of the dollar bin, you're making what, 10 to 20 times your profit.
Buy volume. You buy 100 cards, you might get it 80, 90 cents a pop, and then you turn around and you find like a couple $5, $6, $7 cards.
Yep.
You might find a 10. You might find the GOAT.
For sure.
That's why it's worth it.
Yep. No, I love the deals.
Absolutely.
I love the deals, baby.
Can't get enough of the deals.
All right, so buy, sell, hold.
You're going to put the wrenches to me?
No,
All right, buy, sell, hold.
Yeah,
Let me hear it.
here's the thing.
So I'm going to go first?
No, I'm going. You get there's no premeditation to this. You literally just boom.
Okay.
Okay? Ant-Man, LeBron James, and Anthony Richardson.
Ooh, okay.
I like those. I just made those up too.
I'm buying Ant-Man.
Tell me why.
I still don't think this guy gets enough love.
For sure, I agree.
Of course, all of his bangers, all of his auto, short print, numbered. I mean, go down the list. The guy's nasty. He is a complete player. He is tenacious. He's got a heart. The guy plays like Michael Jordan. To me, he's one in the league that I feel like very, very much resembles his game. Mm-hmm. And he's a gym rat, right?
Can you imagine him in the dunk contest?
Oh my gosh,
How
dude.
freaking
He is
amazing that would be.
yammed on so many people.
Yeah.
But I would say this too, like maybe he's getting a little undervalued in that, or just maybe not in the mainstream as much because he's in Minnesota.
For sure.
But shout out Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Let's go get it. Somewhat smaller market.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they still leading the West? They were. They were at ASG, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I'm buying Ant. What was the other ones?
LeBron and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. If I can sell LeBron, I'll sell him.
Yeah.
If I can sell a LeBron, I'm gonna sell it really quick.
Hey, I had a LeBron rookie, and I got that off of another dealer. Do you remember that? Got that off of a dealer. I did it in a trade for a Jordan, which was blasphemy, but I did it because I'm like, this card is clean.
Well,
and I took it.
I also remember us getting LeBron rookies in dollar bins.
For sure. Yeah, the lower end ones.
But still.
But that card came back a PSA 10, and it was like the rookie collections or whatever. And I think I ended up selling it for $400. So yeah, I'm with you on the sell
LeBron.
Yeah.
For lots of reasons.
Yep.
Just not a collector, not a fan. I'm not dogging on the guy at all, but like it's just he's not my cup of tea.
Yep.
So the obvious is the hold on the A-Rich, right?
Yep.
So AR5, dude, brother, get healthy, play right, protect your body.
Yep.
Learn to slide.
Yeah, learn to slide. Don't do the design runs as much as I want to see the design runs. I feel like
Get out of bounds.
Yeah, like
They can't hit you.
or lay down when the heat's coming at you. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mahomes does it, and he somehow or learn how to fall too. You know what I mean? Like
and Mahomes
Tua has
is
some
very low key shifty,
for sure.
right? So he'll evade it. So
Yeah, but Tua like learned how to fall, like had some like sensei.
yeah,
Like,
no, he did
teach him how to-
MMA. I think
Yeah.
he did some like UFC training and stuff, like off season.
like Mr. Miyagi.
Like learn how to fight a little bit, hand to hand combat.
like Mr. Miyagi kind of thing, you know.
Oh yeah, wax on, wax off, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, learn how to fall. Now, I will say something about
Daniel-san.
AR. We actually got to meet him last night, which was really awesome. Right? So,
I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
It
So
was Topps Rip Night at Indy Card Exchange.
yeah, he was a special guest. Came out of nowhere.
Obviously, it was a big surprise. We didn't know what was going to happen.
There was very little, I would say, 50 to 80 people there. They did not publicize that he was coming on purpose because an athlete like that, if
they had an option, I think.
They had an option to publicize
it,
yeah. And they didn't because they would be way over capacity.
Yeah.
But what was cool is like they get up and all of a sudden just make this announcement and it's like, hey, we have a special guest here. And it's our home QB, Anthony Richardson. I think everybody was just like, what? And he literally just walks out of the back.
Also, real quick with a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Limited time.
Yes.
Does not have time for pictures or autographs.
Which,
I felt some type of way about that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Understand these guys are really busy.
Yeah.
These athletes are really busy, but little disappointed on that
he was
part.
in there,
he was very humble dude and took a couple takes on the video, which I thought like just showed the human side of him.
For sure. He was nervous.
Oh, I would have been nervous.
Yeah, he was nervous, which was, it's like.
He wants to get it right.
Yeah, he wanted to get it right in. I mean, he's young, too. You got to think about that. He's a young athlete. I mean, he's literally.
And he's big.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at how
freaking
big his shoulders were.
Like, oh, my gosh. Yeah.
That dude is jacked.
But the cool thing is he did pack orders with some of the kids, and one of my boys got to do that, which,
Cool, yeah.
So he opened up some product with him, which was really cool. I'm with you on I wanted to get something signed. I wanted to get a picture with him. I also understand, schedule-wise, yeah, if he would have sat there and done it, Brad, he would have been there, a couple hours. Now, I don't know what he had going on in his schedule, but yeah, he was there for about 10 minutes. But it was cool that he popped in.
15, yeah.
Yeah, popped in and said, hey, what's up? And then he was out.
But we got a video. If you guys do check us out on Instagram, we posted a video out there. But I think I was the only person in there standing on a chair.
I saw you. I saw you
like this.
Where when he's doing the shout out.
I mean,
you know why you can see Cooper, but you can't see me because it's his face. It's like I'm right behind.
Well,
him.
he's a big man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, and then I also realized I was just like, gosh, I look totally corny right up there on the chair. But I'm like,
I thought it was cool.
I saw that picture. I was like, degenerate.
You're doing the peace sign, like, hey. Well, that was really cool that he was there, and
I liked it.
I think it's just again, talking about the community is like that's a fun thing to do, like to have, people that are coming into a card store and then you have a world-class athlete, which you can say what you want about him. I'm not saying you, but people can say what they want about him of stay healthy. Can you play? Like, new season ticket holder, love going to watch all the games. It was a tough year, especially there at the end. Was at that last game, against the Texans, and C.J. Stroud played amazing.
Oh, dude!
And shout out to him because after the game, he literally was out there for like 35 to 40 plus minutes doing interviews. Then he walks over
autographs
and does autographs. And, my boys both got autographs and we're all wearing Colts gear like that. It was awesome to me that like he didn't care. And he just out there, sent his team to the playoffs and his team's like celebrating in the locker room and he's out there that long at full pads and everything.
But you got to think, I mean, he's a very young man.
For sure.
Right. And you can already tell just the way how he approaches his game. Like he's super humble. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, disappointing for your Colts. Got it. No, that's a tough one. But man, CJ Stroud, you can't say enough.
Sure.
That guy is on his way up, and I think he's the real deal.
100%. I mean, it came down to one play for the Colts. I mean, imagine being there. That place was on fire. It's a playoff game, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's a night game, playoff game. Crowd is wild. I mean, the crowd did their job. Pat McAfee calls it the loud house, and it was freaking. I mean, it was loud. It was loud in there.
Here's the thing. What I hear is like you can tell how passionate you are about the Colts.
Oh yeah,
and I love it. And like we know, like because the teams that we love, those sting and they sit a little longer.
No,
it pissed
me off.
I'd like to pivot just a little. I know it did.
Yeah,
I'd like to pivot just a little bit. Like there was also a rip night, right? So we got a cool complimentary pack from Topps to get some baseball. We're not big baseball guys these days. But we did get some couple rookies in there. We got a J-Rod, which I thought was good. We got an Acuna. Who else did we get? We got Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Ellie De La Cruz, is that his name?
Yeah, De La Cruz had a Cincinnati.
Yep.
So hell of a player. So that was cool. We got a complimentary thing. They did a raffle for some signed merch. So unfortunately we didn't win any, but they were signed jerseys.
Yeah,
and the
Anthony
autos,
Richardsons.
Those
were
autos,
clean.
Those autos looked really nice too.
I know.
And then the trade night, which was I thought was really fun. I've never been to a trade night. Obviously, you did the All-Star game, but
well,
it was a different vibe.
Well, what was funny too is like, so the All-Star one versus this one. The All-Star one, I was like on my game of like just and people were just coming to me, and I had no problem making any deals. This one was different in the fact that like. I think at first, like everybody was kind of just like looking around. Like,
I don't know if everybody knew what to do.
Each other,
yeah.
And then finally, he was like, "Hey guys, talk and trade, and we'll tell you what's up." So I thought that was interesting. I finally did. It was cool though because you were like focused on like selling our stuff and talking about our shows. I was being a degenerate and was walking around trying to get Halliburtons, which shouldn't surprise anyone. But. It was fun, and we stayed for the raffle, and shout out to Shane, Sugar Shane,
Shane,
that was kind of running things or helping run things when Andy was out of town. But it was just a fun night, and I'm happy that they do stuff like that.
And forgive us here, but I don't know all the guys' names at the shop.
Drew,
Jake, Drew.
Yep.
Those guys just did a great job, and the taller guy, bald guy, because I remember because I'm bald also. Also did a great job emceeing, especially with A-Rich right there. I thought that was kind of a tough thing for him to do.
For sure.
But
that was Jake. I think his name's Jake. Yeah.
His name's Jake? Okay, got you. But I thought it was a fun night and made a couple deals, made a couple friends, sold a couple tables.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't get any better than that.
No, for sure. All right, you want to wipe those off the table? Get a little wipe here. Let's go right into obscene auto.
Okay. Why don't you go first?
I just have one this time.
Because you got me sweeping corners over here.
Right. I just have one. His name is Charles Sims.
Shout out Charles Sims.
Yeah. He played all 4 years at Tampa Bay Bucks.
I was going to say, sounds like a buck. I think I got one.
Yeah. Now, the problem I have with this auto is that you had one job, Charles. And that was to keep your auto on the freaking sticker. And you did not do it. You did not do it. So
we know how it works, Charles.
Yeah. If you wanted, if somebody wanted to grade this, Charles, your auto would not grade well. Let me
just remind everybody. They send them a bunch of stickers. They got to keep keep the auto on the sticker. Yeah. It was a little slip.
I'm not mad.
We still like you, Charles.
I'm not mad at like his penmanship other than like
it is nice.
You went over the sticker. It's like you got to color in the lines, and he didn't. He totally flubbed that.
Hey, I'll be honest. Sometimes when I sign my name to stuff, I get a little excited.
I do too.
Yeah, like a check.
Yeah. you get excited. Just sign the back of the check.
I mean, because I don't do a lot of them.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You might as well make it look like pro work, right?
I'm with that.
So I get a little excited.
Okay.
I'm trying to give Charles a little bit of...
We're not mad at you, Charles.
We love Charles.
You had 4 years in the league.
Big fan of Charles.
That's nice. All right, who do you got?
I have Mr. Scott Dill.
Scott Dill.
Yeah, this guy's offensive guard for the Phoenix Cardinals. Anybody that knows anything about autos already can see the problem. Scott decided to sign, not vertically, horizontally, over his face on a vertical card. Nice. Now, let's give Scott a little bit of credit, okay? He probably gets thrown a lot of these cards and he's trying to work through. My hand would probably get tired, but he wrote it in his face and it is horizontal. So this would have been a nice... Yeah, there's a lot of problems I have with this one.
Yep.
Although it's a very, very nice auto. I can see that it's Scott Dill.
You can see
big old
dill?
big old D for the Dill.
Nice.
And you know what? You know what you can't be mad at? It's Dill.
Yeah.
Shout out Dill Pickles.
There you go, Dill. I like Dill Pickles.
Scott.
Set that in the middle there. Let that camera see it. There you go.
This guy was a great pass run blocker. Not long in the league, but you know what? He signed some autos.
Yeah, Scott Dill. Shout out Scott Dill.
And Dill Pickles.
What else we got for episode 2, Brad?
Four corners.
Okay.
Four Corners.
Well, for those of you that are just listening, maybe you didn't listen to episode 1, let's explain a little bit about the Four Corners. We talked with cardboard?
We talked, Four Corners is what represents the card, right? Represents the four corners of the card. So it all starts with the cardboard. If you don't have the cardboard, guess what? You don't have the collector. Yep. So cardboard, collector, and beyond that. So once you got the cardboard, you got the collectors, someone's got to have a card shop, right? And then, of course, why so many of us are in it and why so many of us have so much fun with this, it is the community, right? And so much that means a lot to both of us. Based upon what we represent and the card shows that we do, but they just all go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
So what do you want to start with the 4 C's?
I'm going to start right on community, and that's going to just jump kind of also into our card show specifically. You know, we didn't necessarily do a recap on the first episode, but you know, we hold a monthly card show.
First Saturday every month?
First Saturday every month in Noblesville, Indiana. Shout out the Moose. We're both Moose members. I think we're the youngest Moose members out there.
Quite possibly.
But it's awesome. It's a great space. We
love everybody there.
Yeah, they got a bar. If you want to get a beer, you know, while you're shopping for cards, you can do that. They have amazing food.
Serendipity. The guys that run the Serendipity food truck.
Yeah,
they run the kitchen over there. Phenomenal stuff.
And we have a favorite bartender. Shout out Brandy.
Shout out Brandy. Shout out Keith.
Yep.
Without Keith, this would not have been possible.
For sure.
We appreciate it. He's always working with us and always transparent with us.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So our next show is coming up. I don't know if this probably will be out, but we have one, you know, first Saturday of every month.
March 2nd.
So we got one March 2nd, and then what's our one in April?
First Saturday in April.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. First Saturday in every month. But honestly, we've got some steady eddies in our show, right? And that kind of speaks to.
Can we shout out Alex? Alex is a good dude.
Alexa? Oh man, dude's solid, super solid. Shout out Greek Pino Cards.
Yep. I see him all the time. Every time.
Yeah.
Well, again, because like I said, I go to the card shop at least twice a week. But
Alex is a type of guy that you will meet, and you're like, instantly just. Did we just become best friends? He's just that cool. And honestly, actually helped introduce me to Chris, Mo Miller, right? Came up and helped me with some remodel work. And it just turned around, this is a guy that we met at a show, and then it turned around that you knew Mo.
Yep. Yeah, with music stuff, yep.
Yeah. So it came around full circle. That's the kind of community and networking that, we like to do. And I don't know if this just happens in Indiana, but it surely happens at our shows. So Greek Pino Cards. I mean, Pac Nicholson is another one.
Lubo's a fun dude.
Yeah,
I love just to hear him talk.
Lubo's money.
Yeah,
and he is a man of his word.
Yep.
He was sick the last show, so hope you're feeling better, Lubo.
Yep.
But he was like, I told you that I was going to pay for my table regardless whether I was. If I couldn't make it, I'm going to pay you. And I'm still going to pay you at the next show. You already reminded me.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you ain't got to do that.
Yeah.
Just some of our favorites. But like I said, we've talked about the Studebakers, Mark and Spencer, Dollar Bin guys. They're awesome. Jordan Key, Baron Martin. A lot of great guys at our show. Certainly we can't name it all. We're going to get to them, though. We promise you. And let me just say Mark Bailey, too. That dude always has some really sick Jordans, and he said he's got a lot more. So I'm going to be spending a lot more time at Mark Bailey's couple of tables.
Oh, for sure.
So he's, I think he's a scout. I think he's a scout. He does some stuff
really?
with
he told me that. Yeah. He's super tall too,
dude. Stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
Mark's
tall.
a great guy.
Yeah.
Easy to deal with, but Travis Bowers.
Yep.
Shout out Travis Bowers. He is one of our OGs.
He was one of my biggest customer. He would always buy from us, right? And then we invited him to be in the show. And him and his wife they have really cool wrestling stuff. They sell a lot of wrestling stuff, but then he's got all kinds
Travis
of things.
Travis is a good dude.
Yeah.
And I have to say, one of the original day ones was Luke Dodd.
Yep.
Luke Sports Cards. He's out there on IG, but Luke helped us out, helped fill a couple tables.
Yep.
Our very first show. Day one dude, always be indebted to that guy for helping us out. Just super solid. Just this is the kind of community and stuff that we thrive on. This like that almost excites me as much as the sell
For sure. Yeah.
or the buy, right? It go along with the kids, but it's like I look forward to seeing these guys every month, right?
True. And it's more important for them to have a good show than it is for us to have a
100%.
good show on a monetary aspect. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine if we don't sell very much. It's literally about them having a good show. And like, I love going around and I love hearing like, hey, you know, yeah, I had a really great show this time
Yeah.
or got some great pickups. And I like the dealers that are like, you know, that are kind of, they're optimistic, but they're also just people, you know, people. They're, you know, they, you know, talk to
Aaron
talk to their
Mikulowski's
customers.
a perfect representation of that.
Yeah.
Low key,
Yep.
soft spoken guy, just all around great dude. Chris Franklin too. You know, I just can't get to all the names, but
Right.
they're just great dudes, and they're always reaching out to us and asking like how they could help. And
Yep.
honestly, like some of these guys will help us break down after it's all done. Which is
Some will, most won't, but some will.
some will. Hey, some is better than none.
That is true.
I will always take some.
Let's go into the card shops, and
Okay.
obviously we, you know, again,
We might be a little biased here.
yeah. So Indy Card Exchange.
Sorry, mine's in the laundry, Andy.
This is our local LCS, but I'm
think I wore it for 3
gonna
days.
talk about a few of them, a few other ones. So when I was visiting in Florida, there's one, and I don't think they necessarily have a name, but they're in this big flea market called
They're just called the card shop.
No, just in this flea market called the Red Barn, and they have awesome stuff. And I go there. I've been there probably 4 or 5 times now because my parents live really close, and
They got some good stuff in there.
they have really good stuff. Yeah, and I bought a few. I bought a few like Benedicts there. Last time I was there, I think I got a hobby box as well.
Were there a lot of people there when you went?
No, it's like, I mean,
Is it kind of a hole in the wall?
yeah, because it's in like a flea market, but they have like, you know, nice cases and they got, you know, a decent amount of product. They can't necessarily buy like, they only have like retail and they'll have like maybe 1 or 2 hobby boxes because they don't get allocations because they're not because of how the store is, right?
Was it kind of swap meaty or?
Well, everything else is, sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of swap meet stuff, but this is like a legit like little slice of a LCS in the middle of, you know, I actually told Andy about it. I was like, he had heard of the Red
Down there in the Panhandle?
Yeah.
Get you some
close
more.
to Sarasota. And then, you know, I hit up a few other ones. I forget the names, but like I love just going and trying new ones and where I can wheel and deal. I did find, actually, I don't remember the name of this one either, but I literally just like searched sports cards near me because I'm a degenerate. And I found this. I
I'd
found
love
this.
to look at your search history.
Oh my gosh!
Sports cards a mile from me.
Right. Yeah.
What's the closest?
Yeah. That I don't even have to move.
Yeah, do sports card shops deliver?
It just delivered. Right. Dude,
Oh
that'd
my
be
God.
awesome. Right? You got
We
something.
got to tell Andy about this.
Okay.
This is probably a good idea. I like that.
But this was like some dude's like Johnny's card shop, and like you walk in and it's small.
Johnny's
It's smaller than this space. And you walk in, you could do a 360 in like 2 seconds, and you're just like, oh, whoa! And you walk in, and then like he's got this back curtain, and it looks like he's back there watching TV, and like he's living back there. It was odd, but I will say,
Maybe you could pick up some cigars while you're there.
right?
I got a smoke room in the back.
Yeah, I
It's
think.
quite possible.
Well, and then like I saw like dirty dishes back there. It was weird, but
Okay.
right as I'm getting ready to walk out, he's got these 2 binders. Yeah.
That's where you picked those up?
Yes, he's got these 2 binders, and they're
Johnny's card shop.
yeah. I don't know what I could look it up, but
Let's
it was
find his
something
name.
like that.
We got
And,
to shout this guy out.
Yeah. Anyway, he had these 2 binders, and I was like looking through them, and one had like, you know, I'm a sucker for like
Anything
auto
with an
and
autograph.
game used like relics.
Yeah.
And I'm flipping through the first one. It's all like autos and game used stuff, and I'm recognizing some of the names, and then
Like
some I don't.
It's like some Ricky. What did we pick up? Some
There's
Ricky
like-
Williams.
Yeah, and there's like Reggie. There's Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush.
There was,
I thought that was kind of cool.
you know, like Culpepper or stuff like that. And then and then I open the other one, and it's all like hand sign autos. And he's like, yeah, those are all like hand sign autos. And, those are tough because they get, nobody likes to buy those because they're not authenticated or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I mean, I can take a chance on them depending on what you want.
Yeah.
So he's like, I was like, how much for? I just started going through the binders. I was like, what do you want for both binders? It's like, I do $100. I was like, how about 70? I may even have started with 50. You know me, I'm a low ball, and then I'll come up if I want to. Anyway, we settled for 70, and there was probably maybe 200 and some cards there, all autographed or relic.
Yeah.
So I brought them home. We split them, and some of those made our obscene autos because they're the hand signed stuff.
Yeah.
And then we sent out lots of ComC. Shout out ComC.
Not the autos though, because those have to be authenticated.
Not the hand signed autos,
but the relics.
The relics, and then the certified autos we did.
Yeah. Yep. Certified stuff.
So there's cool shops all over the country. I haven't been to. I've heard a lot of great things about Burbank. And the shows that they run and their store. I am interested to check out Jeff Wilson, sports card investor. He's shop HQ.
Whatever,
yeah. It's like
it's
big,
different.
It's like a big box store. You know what I mean, with cards.
Yeah.
So quite interesting. But yeah, let's jump into the cardboard, and then finish with collector.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
It starts with even picking up some of that stuff out of your binders, right? I mean, they were some like 60s, 70s, a lot of 80s stuff.
But yeah, it was the vintage stuff was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I found one in there that was like a guy that like literally I looked him up, and he's had like a 45-year career in professional and football. Now, obviously, from coaching to playing, like it's just a long
he
career.
didn't play for that long, folks.
I think I told 80 that. I was like, yeah, he had a 45-year career. He's like, he played for 45 years. I'm like, no, like
he's got one of those perpetual contracts. Is he like a Bobby Bonilla or something? He's getting paid until he's like 100.
It's Tom Brady, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, largely that stuff too was in good shape, which I was kind of surprised with. A lot of times you find this stuff in binders and people just kind of mash it in there, where it's been pulled out, pushed in so many times, which kind of deteriorates it, especially like an older product like that. It'll wear down the corners. Not so much maybe the newer stuff, because a lot of times you get the newer stuff, what are you doing? Throwing in a penny sleeve, throwing in a top loader.
Right as you get it, yeah.
Right. And you're flipping it right away. Now maybe the base ends up finding its way in a shoe box from a kid or whatever, or a dollar bin. So I think the wear and tear of the product is a little bit different nowadays.
Yeah.
Also, depending on the insert, parallel, etc., far more sensitive.
Mm.
Yeah, like, I mean, these grading companies will eat you for lunch if you have surface problems.
And it's hard not to, because these things are so shiny and mirror and all these freaking colors, and then people just touch them. But the old cards were just like matte finish cardboard that, your problems would be like the centering and the little fisheye things you would sometimes see, the defects in the printing. I
actually had a little fisheye on that Jordan that I got a PSA 8 out of.
I know. I was surprised that they didn't take that into consideration. It was good that they didn't. But.
Yeah. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It was literally cardboard with some color on it. Then of course the corners. The corners of the older stuff. I mean, even the stuff that I held on to, 80s, 90s.
Soft.
Like those corners would not hold up. Mm-hmm. And you see some of the newer products, much thicker. Mm-hmm. Now sometimes have a hard time fitting in like a standard top loader, but all in all, I mean, the wear and tear of the product in some respects is much better, but also far more sensitive based upon some of the stuff you're going to pick up out of there. So you got to be careful.
For sure. Let's finish with collector. Everybody's into something different. I saw somebody yesterday at the shop ripping like boxes of like AEW wrestling. He would literally take all of them out of the packs and then just and then stack them all up, and then he would just go through them.
Yeah.
There's people that are into
And
Pokemon.
I asked him,
you
I
know.
said, who are you looking like?
Oh, yeah, he told us too.
Yeah, because I asked him, I was like, who? I was like, I don't know. I don't follow wrestling.
Yeah.
Not like you do. He was just like, he goes, we just like to rip this product. We like to rip this product, and we know some of the wrestlers that we really like.
It's a girl named Jade, I think, Jade Carhill or something.
Yeah,
like
he had some nice Jordans too.
Yeah, but she just went from AEW to WWE, and so her rookie's in that product. But anyway, it's interesting to what people collect. Obviously he's a Jordan guy. I'm a Halliburton guy. I also PC Anthony Richardson. So got some cool Anthonys. Which there was one that I didn't show. I'm going to show the camera real fast because this one's
well, he's doing that though. What I find especially interesting, the world's biggest game, soccer, right?
Oh yeah.
Soccer is bananas. Soccer is very crazy, and I don't know. Like, I mean, you follow some of the names. You get up, you pick up on Messi and Mbappe, but like some of these younger players, you get an sticker auto, case hit. I mean, these things are going for big dollars. Yeah. And I just don't follow soccer like that. I love playing it. Grew up playing it. My kids play it.
It's an international thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that might be an interesting lane I might get into.
Yeah, I have a hard time collecting things that I don't know enough about. Like I don't understand. I don't understand like Pokemon. Like I guess the nice thing about Pokemon is Charizard's never going to get hurt. So the values
Right.
going to stay the same. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that volatile of a market. But
that in hockey, I don't understand.
Hockey is another one. But here's
Although
this
a cool sport.
Here's this AR, and it's freaking nasty.
Is that the booklet?
It's the booklet. It's out of 25. And I've had so many people try to buy this thing. And I was hoping to have him sign this yesterday.
But he was there for a couple minutes.
Yeah, he was there for a couple minutes. At one point, I looked at you and I was like, hey, grab one of them. I was going to slide it over. I was going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Slide it over. I had the Sharpies.
I had the
Sharpies in my pocket. I was just going to slide it over. But it didn't happen. But it's still a hard card.
Yeah. Let me see that one. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I like that. I mean, the white part is a perfect spot for.
Oh, I know. Oh, and it's like the corner of the 5, right?
Yeah.
So super dope. That about wraps it, right?
I think that touches all 4 C's, all 4 corners, which is kind of the most important part of the hobby.
For sure. Well,
not kind of, it is.
It is, 100%. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy, 2 dudes
talking about cardboard.
I
mean, it doesn't get any better than that, guys.
And drinking bourbon. But we appreciate it, and we'll see you next episode.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thanks a lot.